Honorable Minister of State for Finance and Shipping, Thirupon Radhakrishnan Shri Nikhil Sawhney, Treasurer of AIMA and Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Triveni Turbine Limited, Shri Vinay Sharma Director, Global Governance Practice, World Bank, and Dr. Raj Agarwal, Director, All India Management Association, distinguished invitees, guests, and participants in this seminar, which has been organized by the World Bank and AIMA with the support of my department on new frontiers faced in the transformation process of procurement today. I am happy to be here with you today and share some of my thoughts and views on this very important subject. But before that, I must compliment both AIMA as well as the World Bank for taking this lead in arranging this seminar and conference, and which highlights the importance of this vital and yet underappreciated function of the government. Particularly in India, public procurement, which has been in existence for almost a century and more, has started to receive the kind of attention that it deserves only in the last decade or so, and more so in the last few years of the government, when we have tried to bring about some paradigm changes in the entire thinking process and the approach in handling this important policy instrument. It is often said that efficiency contributes a lot to the overall climate of governance and in turn contributes to the development process in entirety. And more so when we consider that the state and the government are one of the primary agents of investment and funding as far as a country like India is concerned, where a large part of the growth process is determined by the interventions and investments by the state. Both the central government as well as the state governments combined together contribute immensely to this area. Large sums of money, public funds, are involved in this entire process, and as Mr. Sharma pointed out, it is also linked, and he quoted a colleague of mine, it's linked to the aspirational needs and goals of the people of the country. But behind all that is also the concern that when so much of investment and funds are going in, how efficiently are they used, how efficiently are they invested, what is the best result which comes out of all that investment, and whether the taxpayers' hard-earned money is being spent properly, wisely, and in the areas of concern and needs. And in this, of course, behind that is the overall concern to be fair, to be transparent, and also have an accountability process linked to the entire value chain of initial procurement of goods and services to its end use. As you would be aware, the government has came out with the budget recently, and just to give you a size and a glimpse of the type of funding which will go into the entire process of public procurement in infrastructure alone, it comes to almost 600,000 crores, 6 lakh crores, which is I'm not very good at it, but if you convert it into dollar terms, it will be also a very, very significant amount. Now, large part of it will go into investments in roads, railways, other infrastructure projects. This is apart from the other type of money which will be going into rural area, rural infrastructure, into different schemes and programs where, again, a lot of goods and services purchases will be involved. And how is the government actually going to go about this process? We have in place now a new set of general financial rules which came out in 2017, which again focuses on how to approach the new economy in terms of reorienting our entire procurement process in a manner which allows us to not only be fair, transparent, and accountable, but also to see that there is an element of flexibility which does not stall or thwart the entire processes of development and investment that is required. So these general financial rules have been in existence for almost 60, 70 years, but then they have been adapted to meet the growing needs and growing demands of the changing economy and changing needs. Along with this, we also have revised our procurement manuals for both goods and services, which are in line with the needs of the new economy, the new requirements of the state. But importantly, two other initiatives that have come in also can be game changers, as Mr. Sharma pointed out very correctly. One is the use of the digital world to further the public procurement process, both in terms of ensuring greater access and reach to the people, also to enable a self-generating process which eliminates a large part of subjective considerations to come into play, and which enables more objective criteria and approach to handling the subject. We have a public procurement portal, and I'm happy to note that in the last 2 years, it has grown substantially more over 2016-17. We had about 88,508 numbers of tenders which came up. And in 2017-18, it has gone up to 101,256. That is still the end of last month. And I'm sure in the next 2 months, it will go up further. In terms of the value and the volume also, it has gone up by almost 1,000 crores. But that is not enough, because this is only a small drop in the entire ocean of the 600,000 crore public investment in infrastructure alone that we have placed in the budget. It's about about 5 lakh crores last year. So what we feel is that this entire public procurement portal can be enlarged. There can be more participation. There can be more openings for SME sectors, for large and medium enterprises, smaller enterprises, micro enterprises, startups, which can come into the play. And how we go about doing it is very important and crucial for us. Also, we have the GEM, the government e-market portal, where again there is an interplay of the marketplace on real-time basis, and government stands to gain substantially in this entire process. But the reach itself has to be expanded and enlarged. And for this, we need to have capacity, we need to have trained manpower, we have to build competencies, we have to have competent people coming into the entire procurement process management at the government level, as well as at the level of the in the private sector, to take advantage of this opening which has now coming about in the economy. Promoting entrepreneurship and creating jobs are also linked to this entire process. And more importantly, as I said in the beginning, the entire basis of this has to be on the reliability of delivery and the opportunity that we provide to both the private sector, small businesses, and enterprises to come into the play and gain the benefits of the growth that can take place. A lot is being done to transform this entire public procurement process, but we need to go forward, and we need to go forward together. And in this, both the government and the private sector has to come together. And it has to be opportunities like this, which has been created today through the efforts of AIMA and World Bank, which gives us the leverage and the confidence that we will be able to achieve the goals that we have set out for ourselves. It's been a pleasure to share my thoughts with you, and I hope that we can take this forward and meet again and again to build stronger relationships between the private sector, enterprises, the government, the academia, and organizations, multilateral organizations like World Bank, which can help us develop our capacities and competence. Thank you very much.